I used to think the most successful people, those living the life of their dreams, had a special gift or a privilege that somehow passed me right on by. But I now know that's not the case at all. Look at how children view the world. They see something that they really want to do. They say yes. They just go for it. And look at them. Their lives are filled with so much joy and excitement. Why is it so hard for us adults to do this? When did we lose this ability? I believe we need to stop running away from the things that we really want to do and start by saying yes. I'd like to share a story with you. Years ago, I spent my evenings and weekends at the local YWCA teaching adult fitness classes. I found myself at the forefront of a new craze. Are you ready for this? Hip-hop aerobics. I know, I don't look like I just stepped out of the hip-hop scene, but it's true. I just loved the dancing and the music. As it turns out, so did scores of kids in our community. They'd hear the music, and they would show up out of nowhere. So what started as an adult exercise program evolved into a hip-hop dance group with kids 11, 12, and 13 years old. Now, these weren't the football players, they weren't the track stars or the stars of the school play. They weren't kids who necessarily fit into any particular background or came from privileged backgrounds. None of us fit into any particular organized group. We all shared one common bond, a magnificent obsession for hip-hop dance. It wasn't the glamour of the music videos of the day. On any given day, we would show up at the YW and just hang out and dance. On exceptional days, we would share our magnificent obsession by performing at a local high school assembly or 4th of July parade. After one of our local performances, I was approached by a member of the Amateur Athletic Union. He asked us to throw our hat in the ring to compete in the National Junior Olympics. Well, I didn't know what that was at this point, but by the sound of it, I was pretty sure it was way too big for us. I went back and did some research. I found out that National Junior Olympics is a prestigious event, a prestigious competition best known for its track and gymnastic events. And they had recently added a new event called dance sport. I also found names like Shaquille O'Neal, track legends like Carl Lewis and Jackie Joyner-Kersee, Olympic gold medal gymnast Dominique Dawes, like real athletes, the best of the best. We weren't the best of the best. We weren't real athletes. We weren't even real dancers. This was a group of hip-hop kids from small-town USA being coached by a white girl teaching hip-hop aerobics at the local YWCA. How could I possibly say yes to something like this? I mean, don't get me wrong, I wanted to say yes, but come on. We didn't have that kind of training or experience. I didn't know a plie from a pirouette. On top of that, we would be competing against kids from all across the country with every privilege money could buy. Kids who trained in elite dance studios, studied under the most professionally trained instructors, took private lessons all their lives. With odds like that stacked against us, why would we even bother? Like, why would we even try? Why would I want to risk defeat at best and humiliation at worst? The kids were the total opposite. They were so excited. Here was something they'd never done before, and they were like, yeah, let's do it. I tried every way I could think of to talk them out of it. Are you sure? I asked them. Yes, yes. It'll be hot and you'll be tired. Yes, yes. You'll miss out on your summer vacation. We're going to practice all summer long. Yes, yes. What about the fundraising? You have to raise funds to travel across the country. They just kept saying yes. They finally convinced me to say yes. What happened after that was an entire summer of blisters and bruises as we practiced and practiced, listening over and over to our Run DMC Sugar Hill Gang remix. At times it was boring. At times it was hot. At all times they were tired. But each day they showed up, and each day they said yes. The big day finally came. We hop in a plane, we fly halfway across the country. For some of the kids, it was first time on an airplane. For others, first time seeing the ocean. First time leaving city limits. For all of us, it was first time on an Olympic stage. We arrived at the venue and we walk in. There are kids everywhere, dancers as far as I could see, and it hit me. Serious dancers are real athletes. There they all were, with their muscle-toned, rippled bodies and perfect posture, heads held high, shoulders back. They glided across the floor with such confidence and strength, decked out in elaborate glittered costumes and $300 dance shoes. Here we come. Our hip-hop swagger, red, white, and black Nike soccer jerseys, black swishy pants. I'm thinking, what did I get us into? We did not fit in. It was time to compete, and the kids took the stage. They hit their poses. Boom, the music started and off they went. For the first time in the whole competition, the entire auditorium was on its feet. All of the other dancers, all of the other parents were cheering, whistling, and clapping for our kids. They were dancing in the aisles. They were singing along to our Run DMC Sugar Hill Gang remix. What came next was the real surprise. As the judges prepared to announce the winners, I was busy making sure the kids were ready to congratulate the winners when their names were called, which we had practiced in the spirit of good sportsmanship. So as the judges started to announce in the booming, drawn-out, dramatic way that they do at these types of events, we hear over the loudspeaker, "Third place, bronze medal goes to." They call out the winners. The team runs by. We high five, hug them as they run by. Then second place. Second place, silver medal goes to. Same thing. They call out the names. The kids run by, we high five, slap them on the back, cheer for them. And then the moment everyone was waiting for, the reason that we all had come, with even greater fanfare, the voice booms out over the loudspeaker. National Junior Olympics. First place, gold medal champions. And then it happened. Our name rang out over the loudspeaker. Wait, what? Was I hearing things? Was that us? Yes, yes, it was us, yes. Those kids jumped out of their seats. They ran to the stage. Now it was their turn. Their heads held high, their shoulders back. They glided across that floor with the strength and confidence and courage. I watched as the judges placed those red, white, and blue ribbons around their necks with big gold medals hanging off the end, the same worn by Shaquille O'Neal, Carl Lewis, and Jackie Joyner Kersey. And to think, I almost said no. Here's what I learned from that experience. One decision to say yes can change your life. The problem is we're wired to say no. It keeps us safe. Safe from the unknown. Safe from uncomfortable feelings like fear, doubt, disappointment, and heartbreak. Here's how I learned to override my default setting of no. First, I play the story through. When my first reaction is no, I ask myself, what's the worst that could happen? I'll fail? Feel embarrassed? When I play the story through, I realize worst case is not that bad. Second, I start with small decisions that don't seem so big and scary. I focus on the next best step rather than the overwhelming idea that's way out in the future. And third, I think of my goal as an experiment rather than a permanent final ending. Like any experiment, you're just trying things. You don't know how it's going to come out. That's the reason for the experiment. That's the fun. The not knowing is what provides the richness in life. I never would have said yes to the National Junior Olympics if it weren't for those kids. It got me thinking, what else in my life am I not saying yes to? What other gold am I missing out on? What gold is waiting for you on the other side of yes? What would happen if you said yes to that one thing that's deep down inside that you really want to do? What will happen if you don't? Whenever I catch myself starting with no, I walk through those 3 steps. I play the story through. I start with small decisions. And I think of my goal as an experiment. I cannot live my life any other way. I'm capable of too much, far too much, to let fear and doubt and no get in the way of claiming all the gold that's waiting for me. Say yes. Go for the gold. Thank you.